Hi, Jason here. In this video, I just wanted to discuss the differences that I've experienced with the Model 3P and the Model S. As you may have seen in a previous video, I had a Model S for about 3 days as a loan vehicle while something was being sorted out with this Model 3P. Yeah, I didn't like it as much. I did think that it was a little bit faster, and it probably is on paper too. I'm not sure. I think the P90D with Ludicrous Plus has got 690 odd brake horsepower, which is a hell of a lot less than this. I do feel it's a bit faster. But some things that I really like about this car, I mentioned things I didn't like about the Model S in that video. And yeah, let me just switch the camera around and I'll show you a few things that I like about this car in comparison. So here we are in a Model 3. Now, here's one big thing that I really prefer with the Model 3 in general is the fact that you have got a very low dashboard. You know, look how low it is. You get much more view out of the front, and especially if you're a short person, you know, in the Model S, you are going to be facing a dashboard because it's really, really high. It's like right up there. So it's nice being able to see over the bonnet quite easily and nice to have more view out of the front. I mentioned in the last video, I did actually like having something here, you know, like being able to just look down at the speed versus looking over to your left. It's not a deal breaker. And obviously, you know, I think this screen is better as well. I like it in landscape mode rather than portrait. The stereo is better in this car. This is a Model 3 Performance, so it's got the premium audio and everything. I've also put in the phone chargers here, the wireless pads, which you can get off Amazon for next to nothing. And that's brilliant. You just shove your phone in there and then just shut this down and that's it. So this whole section is way better and more useful on the Model 3 than the Model S version. It's just a great big empty tray with some rubber strips on and everything goes rolling around all over the place and it's terrible. And you'll also notice these coffee cups are like in a perfect spot versus on the Model S where they're way back here and you've got to bend your arm right back to get your cup and you can't use your armrest and have a cup of coffee. So that's stupid, and this is much better. But, you know, to be fair to the Model S, at the end of the day, the car is like old now, you know, it was designed a long time ago. The other thing as well is that you have door pockets with the Model 3, and these are really useful, and you can see that kind of curved shape there. That's perfect for putting bottles in at a slight angle like that. And I do that quite a lot. I've got like a water filter bottle and it's great for putting that in there. And the interior, because, you know, you've got loads of glass and everything, it just feels, you know, nice and light and area. And I don't know about the, you know, the cubic feet, the exact measurements of the inside of both cars. I'm not a complete geek. But what I can tell you is that this car feels just as roomy as a Model S, without a doubt. And then the other good thing about the Model 3, despite it being, you know, technically a smaller car perhaps, when you put a car seat in the back, which I do all the time, I can actually, you know, still reach that seatbelt buckle there on the right. Now on the Model S, it's so annoying. You have to lift the flipping car seat up with your kid in it and put the belt underneath to clip it in. That would drive me crazy if I was, you know, doing that all of the time. So, I mean, that really would be annoying. So the Model 3 wins hands down from that point of view. I don't miss not having like the odd button here and there. Obviously the Model S isn't exactly loaded with buttons, but you know, I love everything on the screen here. This is a great storage area, and you can see down there you've got loads. However, this is silly. You know, this gloss black was a mistake. You only have to look at it and it scratches, and fingerprints the same. Now they give you a little cloth which you get like here, and that's really useful for just kind of doing this if you know, you just want to make it look half decent for a minute. Maybe someone's coming in the car and you want to show them the car or whatever. You know, the first thing they would notice is a ton of fingerprints, but if you do this, it is pretty effective at getting rid of it. As you can see, look at that, it's gleaming now. But a little bit annoying. That should have been another material, and most people seem to be going on eBay and then buying like carbon fiber wraps and stuff for that area. And as I say, the stereo's good. I love this system. You've got more entertainment with this system. So you've got, like, you know, your Netflix and all of that stuff. and better games to play here, like Beach Buggy Racing 2 and things, than you do on the Model S, because obviously a portrait screen just doesn't lend itself as well to playing games. And that's about it. Oh, the other thing, a weird thing, like the mirror on the Model S, the car was actually blue. And the funniest thing, like you're driving along the motorway or whatever, and now and again the sun would glint off the top of the mirror on the Model S. And because it was blue, it looked like a blue light. And so I kept thinking like the police were behind me. I know, crazy, but it's true. Like in the mirror, you kept seeing this glint of blue and you're like, oh my God, there's a police car. And then you look and it's just the sun reflecting off the top of the mirror. Nothing Tesla can do about that. I mean, it's not a criticism. It's just you know, what I actually thought. Steering wheel's nicer on this car, smaller, chunkier. The actual driving of this car, the Model 3 Performance versus the Model S, I would say this is much more kind of precise and exact when you turn. You know, you turn left and right. And it flipping turns left and right, especially on this one. I've driven the SR, and that's still pretty good, still pretty quick. But yeah, this is extremely precise and a little more sporty. The ride's a little firmer, I think. The Model S I had air suspension, and it was right down when I did it. But yeah, you know, this is a great car, and I think the Model 3 is the benchmark now, really. And when the Model S, the new Model S comes out, I'm sure it'll be very similar to this car but bigger. That's my thought, unless they go to town on it and do some different things. But I think they'll take a lot of things from this car, because ultimately this car is the learning that they've done from the Model S, and they've put it into this car. So yeah, it's great. And all of the wheels are, you know, you got to watch out for curbing them, especially on the Model S, because it's really wide. You're probably going to curb them in the first week and drive yourself mad. But the way that I got this car, by the way, is a really good way. You can just see the label just there. It's with EVZ. I'll put a link under this video, and you can use my referral code if you decide to get the car with them. It's different. It's different. You're not going to be leasing the car as normal. You put no deposit down at all, and then you pay them, like, I think for this performance model, it's $999 a month. And that includes absolutely everything. So no deposit. You get to drive the car, and you've got insurance, you've got breakdown cover, you've got free electric charging, maintenance, like the whole thing. Basically, your entire driving expenses are covered by EVZ for that one monthly fee. And if you're a business, you can claim, you know, 50% of the VAT back. And then you can put it through like as a company car, and they're being really good with electric cars this year in terms of being benefit in kind. So it's a great way to do it. If you use my referral code, if you sign up to them below, then you get £50 off your first month subscription, and so do I. I get a month off. I get £50 off one of my months of subscriptions with the car. So it's fair. You know, it's a win-win for me and you. But you have to put that code in, otherwise you won't be able to do it later. So yeah, I recommend EVZ. They're a very, very good company. I've had good experience with them in a way that I've been treated since I've had this car. I've also had a BMW i3 with them too. So still have it. Actually, my wife drives that, and I drive this, the Tesla Performance Model 3. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. You know, sorry it's not like super professional and like, you know, proper Top Gear style, but hopefully you've got something from it. And thanks a lot. Speak to you soon.